This Chinese cashew chicken is another chicken stir-fry to add to the list. It is easy and a definite comfort food. This is a stir-fry, so I'm making sure everything is prepped and ready before cooking. For this Chinese cashew chicken recipe, I'm going to velvet the chicken. This is a cooking technique used to make the chicken tender with a smooth velvet-like texture. If you often wondered how the Chinese restaurants get that unique soft velvet-like coating on the chicken, this is how. It is called velveting, and it really makes the chicken nice and soft and tender. It is also a healthier cooking technique. I have about a pound of sliced boneless chicken breasts, and you can use chicken thighs. I cut the chicken into small thin slices, and I'm adding in some light soy sauce, rice wine vinegar, an egg white, and enough cornstarch to thoroughly coat all the chicken. This is about the consistency that you're looking for. This is a pan of water that I brought up to boil or just shy of a boil, and I'm adding in the chicken pieces. They will sink to the bottom. You don't want to stir until you get all the pieces in there, and then you only want to give 1 or 2 gentle pushes to make sure none of the pieces are sticking. We are blanching the chicken, and it's only going to take about 2 to 3 minutes for the chicken to thoroughly cook. As the chicken cooks, you will see the chicken start to float to the top, and that is a good indicator that the chicken is done. Once done, remove the chicken with a slotted spoon, or you can place the chicken in a colander to drain. For the sauce, I'm using some water, but you can use broth. Adding in some light soy sauce, oyster sauce, hoisin sauce, sesame oil, and some cornstarch for thickener, giving that a good mix and setting to the side. This is Chinese cashew chicken, so we have to have lots of cashews. I'm giving the cashews a gentle toss and toasting in a dry, low-heat pan. Cashews are the highlight of this Chinese stir-fry, and this will help enhance the cashew flavor. Toast for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then remove the cashews from the pan. Okay, let's make this Chinese cashew chicken stir-fry. In the same pan on medium-high heat, I'm adding in some oil, minced garlic, and ginger. Giving that a good stir and cooking for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then I'm adding in some diced onions, bell peppers, and celery. Cooking and stirring for another 2 to 3 minutes. I'm adding in some diced snow peas, cooking and stirring for another minute. In goes the toasted cashew nuts and the chicken, giving that a good gentle toss to combine. Giving my sauce a good stir and then pouring all over the top. Cooking and stirring for a couple minutes and the sauce will thicken. The chicken, cashews, and vegetables will be coated in that delicious sauce. And it's time to eat. See how easy that was? This Chinese cashew chicken stir-fry is easy, delicious, and comforting. Forget about ordering out and make it at home. I really like velveting the chicken. With the crunchy cashews and vegetables, the smooth, velvety, tender chicken is a nice contrast. The sauce is light and brings everything together. I hope you give this Chinese cashew chicken stir-fry a try and enjoy. Over the years, I've showed you how to make many Asian stir-fries. In a lot of the stir-fries, you can use the meat and vegetables of your choice, but it is the sauce that makes the individual unique flavors. Some of these sauces are simple, and some require more than a few ingredients. This Chinese Kung Pao chicken is one of those stir-fries. The good thing is that when you purchase these ingredients, they can be used in many dishes and they have a good long shelf life. If you love stir-fries as much as I do, the ingredients are an investment, and in the long run, you're going to save money by making these meals at home instead of buying them at a restaurant. Many of these ingredients you can find at places like Walmart, and the unique ones you're going to find at local Asian markets, or I will leave a link below where you can purchase them online. I'm starting by marinating my chicken. I have about a pound of cubed boneless chicken thighs, and you can use chicken breasts. I'm adding in some Shao Xing Wine, and you can substitute with some rice wine vinegar. Some dark soy sauce, and this is going to give that chicken that dark color. a sprinkle of white pepper, and a little baking soda, giving that a good mix and setting to the side while I prep my veggies and make my sauce. And just a reminder that you'll be able to find this recipe and the list of ingredients in the Show More section below. For the sauce, I have some chicken broth, and you can use water. Adding in some dark soy sauce, light soy sauce, Shao Xing Wine, and again you can substitute some rice wine vinegar, black vinegar which has a unique taste, sugar, a little sesame oil, and cornstarch to help thicken the sauce, giving that a good stir and setting to the side. These are Szechuan peppercorns. If you remember, I used these in making the spicy Szechuan chicken stir-fry. I'm going to give these a rough crushing. I need about a teaspoon for this recipe, but you can add the amount to your liking. It will give a bit of heat and a unique taste to this kung pao chicken. The Szechuan peppercorns will give you a numbing sensation on the tongue and lips. Trust me, they are good. So let's get started. In my wok on high heat, I'm adding in some oil and the chicken, spreading out the chicken and letting it cook for about 15 seconds before stirring. This is going to give the chicken a nice browning and prevent sticking. Cooking and stirring for 3 to 5 minutes until done, and then removing from the wok. I wiped out my wok, brought back up to heat to a medium-high, and added in some more oil. In goes some minced garlic, ginger, and the whites of garden onions, giving that a good stir for about 20 seconds, and then I'm adding in my Szechuan peppercorns and some dried red chilies. If you like a little more heat, you could chop up the chili peppers. Cooking and stirring for another 20 to 30 seconds. Next goes in some peanuts. I'm using about a half a cup because I like a lot of peanuts, but you can cut this back to about 1/4 cup if you like. In goes some diced bell peppers, cooking and stirring for a couple minutes. Adding the chicken and the juices back into the wok, cooking and stirring for another minute, and then pouring in the sauce. Giving that a good stir, and you will see the sauce start to thicken from the cornstarch. It is smelling so good. Finally, I'm adding in the greens of the garden onions, one more toss, and we are ready to eat. As you can see, this stir-fry goes quickly. Chinese kung pao chicken is one of my favorites. I love the balance of the heat from the Szechuan peppercorns and the red chilies, and then the sweetness and the saltiness. The peanuts really add a nice crunch and texture. I hope you give this Chinese kung pao chicken stir-fry a try and enjoy. There are 2 popular questions that I receive on my Chinese lo mein recipe videos. One is, can I make a vegetarian Chinese lo mein? And the other is, can I use spaghetti for the noodles? The answer to both those questions is yes. I'm fully cooking a pound of spaghetti. This recipe calls for about 1/3 pound of cooked spaghetti for each panful. I'm using my wok tonight, but you can use a deep skillet for cooking. I have all my ingredients together, and my vegetables are prepped and ready because this stir-fry is going to go quickly. Dinner's going to be ready in about 10 minutes. I have my heat on medium-high, and I'm adding in some oil, the whites of garden onions, lots of minced garlic, bell peppers, some celery, and this is optional, but I'm adding in a couple red chili peppers for a little heat. Cooking and stirring for 2 to 3 minutes. I cut my vegetables into matchstick or julienne pieces so they mix well with the spaghetti. And of course, you use the vegetables that you like. I love fresh bean sprouts with my lo mein, so I'm adding in a good portion. I really enjoy the taste and crunch of the bean sprouts. You can get these fresh at your Asian market, or you can use the canned bean sprouts. Cooking and stirring for a couple minutes, and the sprouts will start to wilt and mix in. And we're almost done. I'm adding in the cooked spaghetti, the greens of the garden onions, some mushroom dark soy sauce, and this really adds the classic Chinese lo mein flavor. And finally, this is oyster sauce, actually vegetarian oyster sauce. Most Asian markets carry a vegetarian form of oyster sauce, but I will also leave a link below where you can purchase this online. And that's it. Give this a good toss to incorporate for about a minute, and we are ready to eat. I love the taste and crunch of all the vegetables. The spaghetti is a good substitute for the lo mein noodles, but it's not exactly the same. The lo mein noodles contain eggs, and most dry pastas do not. The spaghetti has a smoother texture. The lo mein noodles have a denser and chewier bite, so when I cooked the spaghetti, I cooked it to al dente and kept a little bite. That's important to note, not to overcook the spaghetti noodles. Topping with some fresh bean sprouts and garden onions. I hope you give this Chinese vegetarian spaghetti stir-fry a try, and enjoy. If you like this video recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love.